Oh, there he comes. This is number 7. It was a massive up.
Tales of Wonder.
Right? Different things you do with this.
IQRA Kids TV.
Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome once again to IQRA Kids TV. IQRA meaning to read, understand, and to comprehend. Kids is you guys, and of course TV, what you should be watching right now and staying glued to. Right, guys? You know, I've been working extremely hard trying to make sure we've got the best show possible. It's not easy sometimes, let me tell you. Sometimes it's very, very difficult, but we do our best for you here. But in case you want to see what we're doing now, this might be, I don't know, our best show yet. So guys, you ready for it? 3, 2, 1, go.
Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, how are you all today? Welcome to Tales of Wonder. Now would you like to hear a short story? Then come along and settle down. This is a story about the blind boy. Now once upon a time there was a blind boy who sat on the steps of a building with a hat by his feet. He held up a sign against him which said, "I am blind, please help." And there were only a few coins in his hat. Then a man walked by. He took a few coins from his pocket and he dropped them into the hat. He then picked up the sign, slowly turned it around and scribbled down a few words. He put the sign back so that everyone who walked by would see these new words. Not long had gone by when the boy could hear the clink of money being tossed into his hat, and he could feel his hat slowly beginning to fill up. He smiled to himself as he realized that many more people were giving him money. Later towards the evening, as the sun began to set and the boy stood up slowly with the help of his stick preparing to leave, he could hear some familiar footsteps approaching him once again. It was the footsteps of the kind man that had changed the boy's sign earlier in the day. "Assalamu alaikum, young boy," said the kind man. "Wa alaikum assalam, sir," replied the boy in a happy voice. "Please, sir, what did you write on my sign this morning?" The boy could sense the kind man hesitate, but then reply, "I merely repeated your words, my son, but in a different way." Would you like to know what the man had written? He wrote, "Today is a beautiful day, and I cannot see it." So next time, boys and girls, you see someone in the street with a hat or a cup asking for money, be kind and make them happy and throw in a few coins. I hope you enjoyed that story. Until next time, take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi guys, it's me, Nosy Alien. In between taking time out to take over your planet, I like watching IQRA Kids TV! Woohoo!
Hey you! Yes, you! Do you read books? No! But reading is so much fun! The first word revealed in the Quran was, Iqra, which means to read. So start reading a book today. Yes, sir!
Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome once again to Nasheeds Made Simple. We're going to continue our musical journey, learning some of the basics, the very fundamental basics of nasheeds or any other type of music that you might want to go into the future. Now we've moved on to talking about notes. Notes are, if you think of a house, can you picture a house in your head? Yeah. The notes are the bricks, okay? And the notes are what make the nasheed or the song what it is. Without the notes, there was complete silence. Yeah, nothing. There's nothing there at all, okay? So the notes are what comprise and constitute and constitute, that's a word I just made up, but it makes up the whole building, okay? The notes are what make it go this way and that way and this way and that way, okay? So we've got our xylophone. I think it's a xylophone. We've got our xylophone here, and it's got the letters that make up the key of C. That's not something you need to worry about too much, okay? I don't want to confuse you with all the things about different notes and things like that, but just know that this is in the key of C. If you look at a keyboard, let me put a keyboard on the screen again. Ka-ching, there it is, where it is, there, right, that keyboard, look at that keyboard. These are going to be the white notes, okay? And the black ones, we're not going to talk about those semitones and all that stuff. We're not going to go into all that, okay? But at some point, they will come into the program, but not for now. We're just talking about the fundamental basics, man. Just the basics, you know the basics, right? Right, think of the house again. What is a house sitting on? The foundation, okay? Without the foundation, you can't begin to build and make a beautiful house, okay? And express your artistic talent, okay? That's what I'm talking about. I want you guys to express your talent. But before you know what to do, you have to know how to do it and what the pieces are, right? You can't make a brick out of Lego with no Lego. Have you ever tried to make a house without Lego? No, I don't think you have. It wouldn't last very long, okay? If you've got Lego and you've built something nice, right, you know you need all those different bricks, okay? Regardless of their colors, okay, or their shapes for that matter, you need those things to build it. Now, these are what we're using to build our songs, our tunes, whatever the case may be, nasheeds, call it what you like, right? These are the first 7 notes that we're going to talk about. We've already introduced it, but we're going to bring it in again, because I do appreciate that sometimes it's kind of hard. How do you do that, Khaleel? What do you mean by those notes, okay? Okay, so I've tried to explain it as easy as I can, that these are the notes that create a tune, okay? In our previous shows, we talked about melody, okay? And I used the drum, and we talked about that song I wrote, La ilaha illallah. I don't know if I can play it on here. Okay? La ilaha illallah. That was lucky there. Yeah, there you go. So we can play it on here. La ilaha illallah. Okay. Now those notes, as I said, there's 7 of them, because there's 7, then it goes the same notes again, the 7 notes again, but it goes up an octave, then another 7, and it goes higher and higher and higher. You probably know that. It goes higher and higher till it's so high that you can't sing it, or it's so low, excuse me, so low that you can't go any deeper than that, okay? You have to be a baritone man to sing something that deep, okay? Or a big husky guy with a deep, deep voice, okay? Like Darth Vader or something, right? But we're just gonna stay in the middle of the keyboard, which is gonna be from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and going back to the A. Bing. Okay. Now, as I said, these are the notes that you use to create, say, like we talked about, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Okay. Yeah. Get in there. Right. These are the notes we're going to use to do that. But in order to just see the notes and hear the notes is not good enough, okay? If you're going to go and then sing them things, right, you have to be able to sing them and not waver, okay? Because unlike the glockenspiel or the xylophone, right, I could hit that all day long. It's going to make the same sound, okay? It's not the same when you're singing, okay? Da, 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 da. So if I could go, da, you hear it wavering, da, okay? So unlike this, which doesn't change the human voice, it's going to change if you're not focused on it and trying to keep that note. Let's try that together. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, then we're going to sing that note, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do that again. Okay, I know I caught you by surprise. Okay, we're gonna do that again. 1, 2, 3. Hold that note. 1, 2, 3. I know you feel a bit silly. I understand that you feel a bit silly doing it in your room, the living room like this. Okay. Don't worry about it, okay? I remember when I did my first album, like, I don't know, about 20 years ago, I did my first album, and the guy who was doing it, putting this song together for me, he says, do you practice at home? I said, yeah, sometimes. He goes, what do you mean sometimes? I said, well, because I don't want to sing too loud on my piano when I'm writing the songs, because the neighbors might hear him. He says, don't worry about your neighbors, mate. Your neighbors are not worried about you. Okay, you need to worry about what you're doing and how you're trying to put your work together. And I was like, you know what? It's true, right? So from that moment onward, I was less shy, okay? I was less shy and I was more interested in trying to get the work done and stop thinking so much about what people were thinking about me, okay? So I want you to try and do that. I know it's not easy, right? But I want you to do that. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to hit it 3 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do that again, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now, the reason I'm getting you to do that, because I want you to go 1, 2, 3. Now, what could you do to make sure you've got that long note? Obviously, you need to breathe. You need to breathe, right? I'm so muscly, right? You have to breathe. So I want you to go 1, 1, 2, 3. So before you do the 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, 3. Let's see how long you can hold that. Okay, I wish I had a timer. We're going to do it again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to hold it as long as we can. See if you can hold it as long as I can. Bearing in mind, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. My throat is a bit blocked. I'm coughing a little bit. But you know, the show must go on. So I'm struggling a little bit as well. Okay, so I'm not my best. So let's see if you can hold the note as long as I can. If you cannot do it out loud, try and do it in your mind. Okay, if you're so shy that you can't sing in front of your own family, right? Try and do it it's not the best way, and you have to really do it out loud. You have to train your throat to hold those notes. Thinking about it is not good enough. You could sing, you know, Bach's 15th concerto in your head. It doesn't mean that you know it. But it doesn't mean that your voice or your throat knows what to do. So really, ideally, you need to sing. Okay. Okay, we're going to do it. That's the last practice one. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to practice. See how long you can hold it for, okay? Take a breath. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you last longer than me? I bet you didn't. Try it again, okay? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. If you want to take a deep breath after 3, 3, fine. Whatever it needs to get the job done, needs to do, you do it, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if you manage to do that, was your voice wavering a little bit? If it was, that's totally fine. If it was going 1, 2, 3, that's fine. Don't beat yourself up over it, okay? It's okay. You have to learn to hold those notes. You're not going to do it first time just like that, okay? It's going to take a while to get used to it, and we haven't even done the rest of the notes yet. Right, let's go back to that A. We're going to do the same thing again. See how long you can hold it. You can go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, breath, 3. Let's do it again. Ready? I'm hitting it so we can hear the notes so we can copy it. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Now something might be happening to you that is happening to me a little bit. Getting a bit dizzy, right? That happens when you don't breathe properly. And I'm just doing it quickly, and because of my cold as well, I'm not able to take in the proper amount of oxygen. And what happens is that you find yourself pushing out those notes with air, and that air, you're depriving your head of that air, and it can make you feel a little bit dizzy sometimes, okay? If you're gonna pass out, don't, okay? Just stop, okay? I don't wanna cause anybody passing out or can't go to school the next day. Oh, yeah. Excuses, I ain't gonna go for it, right? So that's what it is. We will talk about breathing, diaphragm, projecting. We'll talk about all that. For now, we're just concentrating on the notes. Just holding those notes, okay? Just holding those notes for now, okay? Let's do it one more time, then we're going to move to B. We're not saying we're going to do all of it, but we're going to do a few of them, okay? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That should be the note. Okay. How did you get on for that one? Take a rest, okay? Whew. Take a breather, because that's going to take a while to kind of get recovered from that as well. Especially if you've not really been doing stuff like this before. You do find that it's like, wow, all of a sudden your jaw feels funny, your mouth might go a bit dry, your head's getting a bit dizzy. You're realizing that you don't breathe in the same way. When you're holding the notes, it's not like talking. It's a different usage of your lungs and your air capacity. It's a different thing. People will talk about pushing from the diaphragm up into the chest and then getting the thing out. For now, you're probably going to be singing from your nose, like what I'm doing. I've got no choice because everything else is a bit blocked at the moment, right? So you're probably that's probably one of the reasons why, excuse me, probably one of the reasons why head's getting a bit, a few sparkles, it's feeling a little bit hazy, because we're singing from our nose, okay? Which is not ideal, but we're not interested in doing that so at the moment as much as trying to get the notes in, okay? Let's pick a random note. Let's just throw this like this. Okay, D. Okay, we're gonna try D. Okay, let's try and find D. Da, 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 da. Some of you can go high. Da, 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 da. I can't go that high today. I'm gonna go down, but it's the same notes. Da, 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 da. Try that. Da, 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 da. Again. Da, 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 da. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. If you wanna go 1, 2, 3, fine. If you just naturally, because you're small, your voice is naturally gonna be higher. That's okay. I'm just doing it lower because, because, right? Reasons, right? So let's try that again. Find it out. Da, 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 da. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Do that again. I made a bit of a mess there. Ready? Breathe. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's 2 notes that we've done there, okay? We did the A and we did the D, okay? Now these notes, for some of you, this exercise might be quite easy. You may find that you're able to just naturally do it and you can naturally hold the notes, okay? Some people are like that. Some people, you could wake them up 2:30 in the morning, tell them to sing this note, and they'll just go, da, 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 da. They don't have to think about it because they're already tuned in, okay? Some people are naturally that way. Some people, like me, have to practice it. That's all it is. When I first started singing back in 1983, right? I know it's a long time ago, right? One of the guys that showed me how to use music and notes, right? There was a song I sang, okay? And he made me sing that song over and 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 over, okay? Because I was singing it, da 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 da. Okay, but I kept singing da 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 da. He goes, no, that's wrong. It's da 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 da. So he'd make me sing it over and over again, and I was getting a bit fed up, to be honest. I was like, what? Why is this guy torturing me? You know what I mean? It's my song. I can sing it how I like. That is true, but it's not true at the same time. Because even if you write your own song, they still have to be sung correctly, okay? Every song you've ever heard, somebody wrote it, somebody put it together, and they realized from the get-go that you still have to hit those notes. If your song goes da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, you can't go da, 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 da. You can't do something totally different if that's how your song goes. Okay, that means respecting the notes that the song has in it. Okay, it means singing those notes. So I sang this song over, and only years later on, maybe not years later on, months later, I realized what he did for me, as painful as it was, as frustrating as it was, it actually helped me. It helped me to realize these notes are very precious and you should respect them and try to sing them properly. Not waver. Let me go to the A. Not do that. Not go. Listen. It's totally wrong, isn't it? Right? It's learning those notes and singing them correctly. That's the most important thing, okay? We're going to draw a line under this one, stick a pin in it, okay? Stick a fork in it, it's done, okay? And we're going to move on to the next one in the next show, guys. Again, you know, if you've got a little xylophone or a glockenspiel at home, why not practice it, okay? Simple like this. Okay, for now, don't go on the black notes on the keyboard. Just stay to the white ones, okay? Find A, find B, C, D, E, F, G, and A again. You can go online, Google it, and you'll see the keyboards on a Google picture or something like that, and you can see where the A starts. And if you're able to, like I've done on my glockenspiel here, I wrote the letters in myself, right? If you could do that, it will help you a lot. Right, guys, gonna draw this one to a close. Thank you so much. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. And another show out of the way. I'm always a bit sad when we finish a show, but unfortunately can't go on forever, can it? Right, guys, once again, if you've got any feedback, any thoughts, any queries, anything you'd like us to do, here is the email address. And of course, our website is as follows. And if you have not been to our Instagram page yet, that's very naughty of you. This is our Instagram page. Go over there, comment, share, and like, inshallah. And any pictures you sent us, we're gonna put it on there, so it's gonna be public for the whole world to see. Right, guys, I've got to go now, but you guys take care. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Please, number 7, it was a
Kids TV.